Thank you, Rich. It's always a pleasure to get a little window into your spiritual journey as you share your songs and how they've come about. So, have the Christmas cards started arriving yet? We've gotten a handful, and about a third of them say some variation of peace on earth. And of course, as the Christmas season unfolds, we'll be singing along with Rich and others, peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Did you know that when Apollo 11 landed on the moon, they came with a plaque that they left there, rather fittingly in the Sea of Tranquility on the moon, that said, "We come in peace for all mankind"? Peace? Tranquility? But when we look at the world around us, we see a whole lot of evidence of lack of peace and tranquility. Wars, terrorism, conflict on every front. And we don't even have to look out into the world to see it. Look in your own life. Where is there disharmony? Where is there an absence of peace? You know, as a child, brought up in a very traditional church setting, I learned to pray. And prayer to me in those days was asking God, as I understood God in my little 7-year-old mind, to fix things for me. Man, God, would you fix my brother? He's teasing the daylights out of me. Oh God, that new doll, I really need that. Those prayers were seldom answered. But the one prayer I hit upon that was always answered is when I prayed for peace. When something was going on in my life that had me really upset, and I pray, peace, God, give me peace. And that prayer was always answered. And I started thinking about why. Why was that prayer answered? And I realized that that little Laurie would go to her room and close the door and beg and plead God for peace, because that's how I prayed in those days. You had to beg and plead and, kind of suck up till you got what you wanted. But I focused on the idea of peace. And I stayed with that idea of peace until I felt it. Now, as naive as I was about spiritual ideas as a 7 or 8-year-old, what I was doing unwittingly was practicing what we at Unity call affirmative prayer. Hold in your mind what you want to create until you feel it, until you become it. Now, folks, if that little 7-year-old rug rat can do it, you and I can do it too. 2 very famous artists were asked to paint pictures that would express their idea of peace. One painted a beautiful lake with colorful flowers and full, glorious shrubs, behind of which was a rolling pastures that was being grazed by contented cattle. The other artist painted a waterfall, water plunging to the rocks below, blasting into a spray as it hit the bottom amongst the rocks, as it tumbled tumultuously into a river. And there, on the edge of the rock, behind the seething cataract, the artist portrayed a little mother bird sitting quietly in her nest. Isn't that the kind of peace we want? No matter what's going on around us in the world, to be at peace regardless. An American reporter was interviewing the Dalai Lama at one point. The reporter seemed like he was really frustrated with the Dalai Lama. He said, the communist Chinese have committed terrible atrocities against your people. They've taken over your whole country. All you have to do is say a word, and your followers would rise up in an armed rebellion. And yet, you remain passive. Do you truly believe it's inappropriate to fight back against armed aggression, brutality, and murder? And the Dalai Lama responded, "We must understand that the people who have committed atrocities deserve our compassion. They're not bad people. They are simply people who have not yet grown enough in their hearts to a level where they can appreciate peace." You know, our idiom is peace of mind. To the people in Liberia, they call it when the hearts sit down. And elsewhere in Africa, the idiom for peace is where cool water runs. What interesting and appropriate metaphors for peace. It happened again. Every time I choose a lesson topic, I get to learn it. So you can imagine there were some things going on in my life this last week as I focused on peace that were anything but peaceful. In fact, one of the things that was happening is we have been eagerly anticipating the arrival of dear friends of ours who are going to come spend a long New Year's weekend with us. And we've been going back and forth with them about plans and activities that we'd like to enjoy together and share together while they're in town. And of course, Lee and I want to present the best of the Twin Cities to them. And we decided on 2 activities that we knew the 4 of us would enjoy together. And this week, when I finally heard from them and got their travel plans and their dates, I immediately jumped online to book the tickets for the top 2 events that we were really looking forward to. And they're sold out. Both events, all weekend long, nothing is available. Well, I'm creative and persistent, so I started pounding around on the internet, seeing if I could find tickets for those events somewhere, somehow, some way. And I hit on a Craigslist posting for one of the events on the exact day we wanted it, in the perfect setting, in that venue that we wanted. And I was so excited and sent a text to the guy that posted that on Craigslist. And I said, "Oh, I'm interested. Are they still available, and when can we meet?" And he responded saying, "Well, someone else has expressed an interest, and I'm meeting with that person next Saturday, but if it falls through, I'll let you know." I thought, man, next Saturday? I can't wait that long to nail down plans. I'm an organizer and a planner. And if you want to mess up an organizer and a planner, if you're going to pull the rug out from under them, change the plans. So I immediately responded to this gentleman and I said, "Well, I can meet with you today and we can do cash and carry and be done with the whole deal." And he responded back saying, "Well, I'm out of town until next week. So if the deal falls through next Saturday, I'll let you know." Hate when that happens. I was not at peace. I was in a tizzy. I was fuming. I was frustrated. I was stomping around the house thinking, what am I going to do now? How are we going to keep our friends entertained? What's going to become of our whole weekend of plans when the 2 key pieces just went to where in a handbasket? And in my tizzy, I wandered into my office at home and turned on my computer. And the first thing that came up on the screen was my lesson for today. Christmas peace all year long. Does Spirit ever do that to you? Just when you need it in your face. I stopped and I looked at that and I thought, Laurie, how can you stand up on Sunday morning and talk about peace when you aren't peaceful? And girlfriend, what are you going to do about it? Oh, what I did about it was I made a choice. I made a choice. I could be upset about tickets and plans that fell apart, or I could be peaceful. And really, was my peace worth so little that I would sacrifice it to some social event? No, my peace was far more important. And so I got really quiet after I made the decision to be peace rather than upset. And I went within to connect with that place where I find peace in me. And I held the thought of peace, just like I did as a 7-year-old. And I stayed with that thought of peace until it permeated my entire body, my entire mind, my entire being. But I would love to tell you that when I was done with that prayer and meditation time, that the phone started ringing and the tickets magically materialized out of thin air. That didn't happen. Hasn't happened. It may. And you know what? It's okay if it does. It's okay if it doesn't. I remember the sage words of one of my early Unity teachers who said, things work out. Things always work out. Not necessarily the way you have them in mind, but things will work out. And so I went about my day and my life centered in peace, knowing that things are working out in perfect ways, and I don't need to be directing and controlling them. Don't tell my husband that, however. We want peace. We need to make the choice. Do we want peace? And then we need to go to that place of peace, that place where we connect with Spirit and experience peace. And it's much easier to do if you have a regular practice of daily meditation, where you go to that place all the time. Interestingly, when you go to that place of peace, when you get quiet and experience spiritual tranquility, that's when you can start to hear the voice of God guiding and directing you to higher and better places. As we choose peace, not only are we soothed, but we bring peace into the world around us, into our interactions with people, into our greater community, into the world at large. That's why we sing on Sunday morning sometimes, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. It's not going to happen out there as a political movement. It's going to start right here and right there and right there as each of us nurtures peace within us and then lives from that peace. Listen to this. She stood there in the midst of all those happy, noisy children with a poise and calmness that defied understanding. Then she softly said, "All right, children, now let's form 2 straight lines and go into our classroom." The children immediately stopped playing and quietly formed 2 straight lines. How did she do that, I asked myself. Moments before, I had been completely unable to make myself heard in that noisy schoolyard. Yet all she did was whisper, and the whole yard listened. Later, when I had a chance to talk with her, I asked her secret. How was it that the children listened when you spoke so quietly? She smiled as she looked at me and answered, children always respond to the sound of peace. This Advent season, this Christmas season, this New Year, and well beyond, may you experience peace. May you be peace. Recall one of the most profound lessons taught to us by the Prince of Peace, that babe in Bethlehem. He told us, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. peace not as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Take time to nurture peace in yourself and in your life. Make it a point to slow down, to be peace, to hear the sound of peace, and allow that peace to carry you through the busyness of the holidays and through any tumultuous times in life. As we sing in the peace song, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Now let's know this truth on a deeper level as we revisit our affirmation for the day. This Christmas season and throughout the year, I am poised and serene, for Christ in me is my peace and my wisdom. I affirm, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And so it is.